daily fantasy. His number too high, then I'm probably fading him. He been on the road, he gon' eat up my salary. I hit up by, he gon' lie before lock. Play back to back, then I probably won't pick on the DFS bachelor, good as it gets. Build a few liners and hit me a leg. He had a good game, but it might be a trick. Log in the Slack so I know who to pick. Sharing our liners, we all gon' get rich. New to this game, you should come to the pad. You might want some cash and get a good laugh. DFS sports, we gon' run up a bag. He heard every game and it's making me mad. You buying your lineups, I think you a cheater. DFS bachelor, he the new leader, yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Bachelor Pad. I, of course, am your host of DFS Bachelor, and we're going to go over our Fanduel and Draftkings NBA slate for Friday, February 21st. It's a 9-game slate, so here early in the morning, we've got like our top 5 at each position, as we always do. First things first, thank you for all your support, making me a part of your day every day, all the kind comments, tweets, etc. Many of you who retweet out the videos and recommend it to your friends and just the whole 9 yards. I truly do appreciate all of you. Cheers, cheers, cheers. It's a coffee and Bailey's morning for sure. If you are new to the channel, welcome to the team. Be sure to hit subscribe down below. Get access to all of our content. Our Fantasy Draft NBA video is up. We're doing giveaways for Fantasy Draft NBA. Again, we announced our couple of winners in that video. Our XFL Week 3 video is also out. Check that out. It's a thorough video covering Week 3 of XFL. So lots of stuff there. Also, by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and leaving a comment in the comment section, you qualify for our weekly $25 PayPal giveaway. That is sponsored by Draft Dashboard. Draft Dashboard is a site we're going over all the research, history versus team, projections, points per minute, points per dollar, hit percentage. You can set your exposures to do the mass lineup generator, generate 100 lineups exactly how you want them. Use it in the regular optimizer, etc. You could get access to this tool, all the research, especially if you're getting ready to play baseball as well, all the research for baseball, as well as the player pool and cheat sheet that I set every single day. You can get access to that by clicking that link in the video description below. You can try Draft Dashboard for 30 days for $1. We announce those winners every Monday. Comment with your fantasy draft username. You can comment in these videos with your fantasy draft username and be part of that drawing as well. If you don't have a username, you can go to fantasydraft.com, enter promo code DFS Bachelor, create an account, absolutely free. Comment there. And don't forget the game I've been playing like on the side as my kind of difference from NBA DFS, the standard DFS. I've been playing Overlay DFS. It's a lot of fun. It's a fun sweat. You can go to overlaydfs.com. With your first deposit, they'll match you up to 50%, up to $100. You just need to contact them from the contact page. Jackpots, it's like a head-to-head. You pick which player will score more points, and you try to have the best overall record. It's a lot of fun. The sweat, for me, is a lot of fun, and there's just not a ton of players over there yet. So taking advantage of less competition, a fun sweat, be sure to check out Overlay DFS as well. So let's get right into it. Let's start here at point guard. At the top, we've got Luka, 10-3 on Fanduel, 10-6 on Draftkings. Orlando is 4th against opposing point guards. He doesn't have any like dynamite, outrageous games against Orlando, but again, big time upside. Love his price. I don't think he's super over-owned. Now, this isn't a great slate for high-priced players. You've got LeBron and AD playing against Memphis. That's probably where most people will go, so he could be a lower-owned alternative. Right now is projected at 28%. That is a bit high. We'll have to see how that adjusts throughout the day. Keeping an eye on the Elfrid Payton situation. He's apparently got an ankle issue that he picked up over the All-Star break. I don't know how these guys are getting hurt over the All-Star break. What the hell are you guys doing? But keep an eye on that situation. You can follow me on Twitter at DFS Bachelor. As soon as I have the information, it'll be up there on the Twitter sphere. But I like Kyle Lowry tonight against Phoenix. Phoenix, 26th against opposing point guards. He's 7-4 on Fanduel, 7-7 on Draftkings. In 3 of his last 4 against Phoenix, he has at least 39. I think the price is right, the matchup's right. No Marc Gasol still, or Norman Powell. A little bit more usage for Kyle Lowry. You can see he's got that usage rate. You know, he can get up in the 27s. Jamal Murray's been in the 30s lately. Some nice usage rates there. Next, Lonzo Ball, 6-3 on Fanduel, 6-9 on Draftkings. Portland, 23rd against opposing point guards. No Damian Lillard for Portland. He's going to be out, so it makes things easier for him on the defensive end, spending less energy on that defensive end. I think Lonzo Ball has nice upside tonight. Next, Colin Sexton. He is 6K on Fanduel, 6'3 on DraftKings, put up a 44 his last time out against Washington. Washington allowing the third most fantasy points in the league to opposing point guards. I do like Colin Sexton tonight. Pretty cheap price for Ricky Rubio as well at 5'6 and 5'7. I could go there. Just seems like when I play him, he just licks the windows all over the place. He's really frustrated me this year, Ricky Rubio. He did get me a 65 a few weeks back, which was nice, but again, it's an up and down type situation. Next, Anthony Simons, 4.8 on FanDuel, a little bit expensive, but he's 3,500 on DraftKings. He's most likely going to get the start for the injured Damian Lillard. 3,500 on DraftKings seems like a lock to me. That last game before the All-Star break, he put up a 31 in 27 minutes. Paced up game against a New Orleans team that's 12th against opposing shooting guards, point guards, etc. I like the paced up nature of the game, and I like that price, especially on DraftKings for Anthony Simons. Let's go to shooting guards. At shooting guard, Bradley Beal, 9.2 on FanDuel, 9.4 on DraftKings. Washington, 27th against, Cleveland. God, I'm getting old. That's what she said. 9.4 on DraftKings. Cleveland is 27th against opposing shooting guards, 47, 36, 52, 45 in his last 4 against Cleveland. I like his price right around that 9K range. At least it's not over 10K today, so I could certainly go there. Next for me, CJ McCollum. With no Damian Lillard, the usage rate for McCollum and the upside for McCollum is through the roof. 6.9 on FanDuel, 6.6 on DraftKings. Feels like a lock to me. New Orleans 12th, we talked about against opposing shooting guards. In his last 5 against New Orleans, only 1 game under 32. He's got a couple of 38s and a 42. They're at home, paced up game, no Lillard. Love McCollum. Tonight, next, Dennis Schroeder. 6.1 on FanDuel, right about the right price, but he's 5.6 on DK. Now, he's coming off the bench. Better than coming on the bench. But bing, okay. And, I mean, I guess that's, that's a matter of perspective, if you will. But 5.6 on DraftKings. Denver is 12th against opposing shooting guards. 30 in 2 of his last 3 against Denver. I do like some Dennis Schroeder tonight against Denver at home in Oklahoma City. Next, with Kemba Walker being out tonight, Marcus Smart slides right into the... There you go, title of the sex tape. Slides right into the lineup. 5.4 on FanDuel, 5.9 on DraftKings. You saw his last game before the All-Star break with no Kemba. He played 45 minutes, put up a 49. Minnesota is 21st against opposing shooting guards. I like Marcus Smart tonight without Kemba Walker. Next, way too cheap on FanDuel, and this guy will probably be like 80% owned on FanDuel. He's just too cheap. Victor Oladipo, 4.6 on FanDuel, 6.4 on DraftKings. The Knicks are 10th against opposing shooting guards. More importantly, they announced yesterday, the day before, that he will no longer be on a minutes limit. So Victor Oladipo is going to get full run, way too cheap on FanDuel, lock and load. I think that's an easy play tonight. And if you're looking way down here for some value in a paced-up game against Memphis, you've got Avery Bradley, a little bit of a revenge narrative. If you remember, he went to Memphis at the end of last year, put up some big games, actually, after winning the Tony Snell Window Liquor Award during the Window Liquor Award show last year. Memphis allowing the 4th most fantasy points in the league to opposing shooting guards. He's got 30-point upside, and he's got that scary low floor, but he's going to play 25 to 30 minutes. He's going to start, so I think Avery Bradley is a solid play as well. Tournaments only, of course. Let's go to small forwards. At small forward, you got LeBron, 10.4 on FanDuel, 10.5 on DraftKings. Memphis 15th against opposing small forwards. Paced up game, rested after the All-Star break. LeBron, of course, is in a great spot tonight. Next, Pascal Siakam. No Marc Gasol, so Serge Ibaka will start at center. Pascal Siakam, the rebounds, scoring upside is there. Phoenix is 8th against opposing small forwards, and they may be getting DeAndre Ayton, Saric, Aaron Baines. All 3 of them are questionable for tonight, but it looks like they will play. I still think Siakam has big upside. 7.9 on FanDuel, 8.4 on DraftKings. He put up a 40 his last time out against Phoenix. Right below that, you have Gordon Hayward. Anytime Kemba Walker misses, the usage rate for Gordon Hayward and the upside for Gordon Hayward goes way up. He's 7K on DraftKings and on FanDuel. Minnesota allowing the 3rd most fantasy points in the league to opposing small forwards. A 42 and a 57 in his last 2 games against Minnesota. I like me some Gordon Hayward. Tonight, some value guys. Trevor Ariza, 4-7 on Fanduel, 4-5 on DraftKings. Again, no Damian Lillard, so there's lots of extra usage and points to go around. New Orleans is 24th against opposing small forwards. He's got that 40-point upside. He just did 3 games ago, put up a 45, a 24, and a 30 in his last 3 games before the All-Star break. I do like Trevor Ariza. Juancho Hernan-Gomez is going to see a ton of minutes for Minnesota against Boston. He's got 30-point upside. He's at 4-7. Kevin Porter Jr. for Cleveland. Now, one big difference for Cleveland is it's no longer Beeline as their coach. They have J.B. Bickerstaff. Now, you might remember J.B. Bickerstaff taking over for David Fizdale, and he was a pain in the ass as a coach. So there is some risk with these young guys for Cleveland because you just don't know what that window-licking coach is going to do with the rotations. You hope maybe he's learned his lesson and he just plays his guys, but it is something to keep an eye on. But I do think Kevin Porter can see the minutes are there, playing 30-plus minutes. In his last 2 games before the All-Star break, a 29 and a 30. Washington allowing the 3rd most fantasy points in the league to opposing small forwards. I like some Kevin Porter Jr. for some value as well. Let's go to power forwards. Power forward, of course, Anthony Davis. Memphis, 27th against opposing power forwards. He's 10-6 on FanDuel, 9-9 on DraftKings. Paced up game. His last 3 games, in fact, his last 4 games against Memphis, all he's done is a 52, a 73, a 52, and a 69. It is a back-to-back for Memphis as well, so you could see a limited minutes for J-Val inside, making things easier for him on the defensive end. Less time for J-Val on the inside. There you go. There's a title of his sex tape. But I do like Anthony Davis tonight. Next, Jason Tatum, 8-7 on FanDuel, 7-8 on DraftKings. Again, Minnesota is 27th against opposing small forwards. Extra usage, no Kemba Walker. I like Jason Tatum. Next would be Zion Williamson, 7-5 on FanDuel, 8K on DraftKings. Portland allows the most fantasy points in the league to opposing centers. Put up a 50 his last time out against Portland right before the All-Star break. He did that in 27 minutes. I like Zion Williamson quite a bit. Tonight, again, without Marc Gasol, Serge Ibaka will get the start at center. 6-6 on FanDuel, 6-5 on DraftKings, a 31, a 31, and a 41 in his last 3 against Phoenix. Phoenix is 8th against opposing power forwards, but the upside and the minutes and the usage will be there for Serge Ibaka. I like that price on both sites. Next, James Johnson. With Karl Anthony Towns missing tonight, James Johnson will probably get the start again at center. He played 27 and 32 minutes in the last 2 games before the All-Star break. He's put up a 30 in 2 of his last 3 games with Minnesota. Boston is 15th against opposing power forwards, but James Johnson, especially on DraftKings at 4-6, that's where I like him more. 5-2 on FanDuel, I'll probably pass. Daniel Tice at 5K against, again, no Karl Anthony Towns, which may actually hurt you on the interior if you're a Boston player, because Karl Anthony Towns is one of the worst defensive players the league has ever seen. But they are 22nd against opposing power forwards. I have some interest in Tice as well. Let's go to centers. At center, you got Jokic at the top, 10-1 on FanDuel, 9-8 on DraftKings. Oklahoma City, 13th against opposing centers. All he's done in his last 4 against Oklahoma City, a 59, a 63, a 48, and a 63. Sign me up for some Jokic. I don't mind Drummond either against Washington. I just hope JB plays him more than 25 minutes. Hope he doesn't pull a bunch of stupid shit. God, so frustrating. Next, Nikolai Vucevic. Now, this is a pace down game, which, of course means less possessions, etc. But Dallas just doesn't have anyone that can deal with Vooch. You're going to put Willie Cauley-Stein, maybe Porzingis. 9-6 on FanDuel, 8-8 on DraftKings. Dallas is 20th against opposing centers, a 54 and a 47 in his last 2 games against Dallas. I like Vooch quite a bit tonight. Next, Hassan Whiteside should be the number 2 option behind CJ McCollum tonight. New Orleans is 18th against opposing centers. He's 8-5 on FanDuel, 9-2 on DraftKings, a 39 and a 45 in his last 2 against New Orleans. Right below that, you've got Rudy Gobert against the Spurs, 8-2 on both sites. He's got 60-point upside, 46, 36, 44, and 3 of his last 4 against San Antonio. I could certainly go Rudy Gobert. And if we're looking for a value guy down here, I think Enes Kanter is fine against Minnesota. He's got nice success. He's 4-1 on Fanduel and 3-7 on Draftkings. In 4 of his last 5 against Minnesota, he has at least a 30, including a 45 his last time out. Mo Wagner could be a nice value play for Washington. We got to keep an eye on the injury situations to Thomas Bryant and Jan Mahimi. Both of them are questionable coming in to tonight's game. So that's my early look at each position. Again, you can get access to this tool, my player pool, the lineup optimizer, mass lineup generator, etc. Click that link in the video description below. You can try Draft Dashboard for 30 days for $1. When you do, how you find my player pool is you will go to your watched players list over from the sub menu on the left or from the home screen. Then you'll see a blue box at the top of the screen that says Watch DFS Bachelor's Picks. You click that, it'll highlight my player pool. You can use it in the lineup optimizer. Of course, right now I'm only at 26 players, but with 9 games, it'll be somewhere in the 40s or 50s probably. And there'll be a timestamp underneath here in Eastern Standard Time of when I last updated it, so you know if I've gotten caught up with all the injury information, etc. So now we can put it in the lineup optimizer. Again, these are just sample lineups at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. A lot could happen throughout the day, so do keep an eye on the injury wire. This, I think, is a nice cash game lineup. Used all of your salary here. Got Kyle Lowry, Lonzo Ball, CJ McCollum, Marcus Smart, Trevor Ariza, Gordon Hayward, Serge Ibaka, Zion, Rudy Gobert. I think that's a really nice balanced contrarian lineup with fading LeBron, AD, and Luka. I think that's an interesting lineup. I do like that as well. Let's go to DraftKings. On DraftKings, it gave us Smart, Anthony Simons, way cheap at $3,500. Hayward, Zion, James Johnson, McCollum, Jason Tatum, Serge Ibaka. I think that's solid as well. Again, click the link. Try it for 30 days for $1. Create your own lineups. Put it in the mass lineup generator. Compare your player pool to mine. NHL player pool done every day. Dion does a fantastic job on that. It's been red hot in hockey. When baseball comes around, of course, there's some XFL tools, some projections and stuff up there as well. So try that. Click that link. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, be part of our weekly $25 PayPal giveaway. Cheers to you all again. I appreciate you all so much. May the fantasy gods be with you. Don't forget to check out our XFL Week 3 video. You can click right up there and watch it right there. I appreciate you all again so much. We'll see you Monday morning with our NBA videos starting Monday morning. I'm taking the weekend off because it's all about Wilder Fury for me tomorrow. Appreciate you again all so much. Goodbye, folks.